It may be gloomy outside, but inside Lancaster Ice Rink, it's always the perfect weather for hockey. Hello, I'm Gary Milbrand, the voice of Millersville Hockey, and we have the first matchup of our end-of-semester doubleheader as the Marauders will do battle with Drexel for the first time this season and look to pick up two massive points in the standings. Now, what do they need to do to pick up those points? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Let's consult the keys to victory. First, stay out of the box. You can see it, but I have that in all caps for good reason. The biggest thing this Millersville squad has had issues with this season is keeping all five guys in the ice for an extended period of time. It is crunch time. There's only about 7 games left in the conference slate. We cannot afford another self-inflicted bad game. Next, you got to play your game. While you can't go out there and be reckless, my friend who's on the camera will tell you playing timid is just as bad. Put that last game against Scranton out of your mind. Come out fast, play your game, dictate the pace. That's when this Marauder squad picks up wins. Finally, that relentless barrage. When this Marauders offense is clicking, it's like a broadside blast from a pirate ship, a seemingly never-ending rain of pucks. Peppering the tender early and keeping them on the back foot is the first step to a big win. Lineups and national anthem coming up soon. Stick with us. We appreciate all the patient waiting. Puck drop will be coming up right after the Zam's done. So stick with us. We'll be back in maybe We're not back. We won't leave, but we'll be getting ready to go in about 5 minutes. And a special treat, we'll have a live playing of the Star Spangled Banner tonight. How about that? It's pretty cool. Yeah, I didn't think he played that well. I think he could have done that a little bit better, but, you can't get the best talents coming here. This is just club hockey, so we'll try to get a better trumpeter next time. That guy was kind of above. We're excited to start up Millersville Drexel coming up soon. Thank you. Didn't know if it came through on the loudspeakers properly, but the starting goaltender for this evening's contest, number 72 for the Marauders, Gavin Rusnock. Always short-gloved, short-footed, and short-sticked. Hoping for a great performance out of him tonight. And then the senior for Drexel this evening will be Vincent Vassallo, number 33. Up and down campaign for the Dragons so far. He's hoping for a good game tonight. We're hoping that does not happen. So, puck drop, but moments away. Thank you for being so patiently waiting so far for this one. This has to be one of the most anticipated streams of the season so far with how many people are in the queue. Glad you all in here, and we're ready for a great game this evening. The Marauders are ready. The Dragons are ready at center ice, and we are ready. At Lancaster Ice, puck drop there. Bit of a scrum for it. O'Connell couldn't free it cleanly, and the Dragons get it. It's number 22, Stephen Basin, sending it around the end boards. Played cleanly by Thor Martin. Sorry, the break was a little much on the brain here. Not much going on there regularly, but we're going to try to get back into hockey form as we go on here. Walter O'Connell tripped up by a host of Dragons. Tries to kick it out to Martin. Martin will have to chase down by the blue line. If you saw it there, one of the officials with a white beard wearing a Santa hat. I love that. A lot of fun going on here this evening as the Marauders will get tagged for an early icing call. And apologies if the camera is lagging behind just a tad bit. Brian Morgan isn't with me this evening, so I'll be doing the camera and the calling. So I might miss a play or two here, but just bear with me, folks. I'm doing my best for you. 30 seconds played so far, not a shot recorded, a little bit of sticking, a little bit of shoulders getting thrown out there, a little bit of physicality, as both these teams are very known for. Everybody seems to get physical with us. Chipped in near Rusnock, no problem. Played out by the captain, Dunnigan. Hits it off the walls to Jack Cranston, still looking for his return goal. The boys will be happy to get him one, hopefully. Stephen Basin, again, dumps it around, picked up by Martin by around the Pepsi logo. Marauders get a bit of a line change off. Martin fans on the pass, picks up his own rebound, but his captain, Dunnigan's there to back him up. Works center ice to Andrew Zerko. Zerko and Morgan break in off the wrist Vassallo, and out of play. Minute down, first shot will be counted as a shot, but it's sent in by Andrew Zerko, just a tad high for Vassallo. It'll be a stick side draw. Vincent Vassallo coming up. I believe it's Andrew Zerko with the draw. Zerko wins it, tries to snap it through his legs back, but a Marauder's not home. But Zachary Jones, the Drexel Dragon, is Jones. Quick shot. Close side of Rusnock goes far. Not a problem for the junior goaltender. Sent in a Rusnock again. Can't control the rebound, but a Marauder stick does. It's Wes Cotcho. Nearly plays his own rebound off the shin of number 16, Evan Eisler. Dangerous puck picked up by Ben Bell. Worked out to Copshow. Copshow centering ice pass. Picked up by Marauder. Tries to swing it to Zerko to no avail. Zerko will chase it down. Hits his man into the end boards. Sends him cracking for a second. Wes Copshow falls to the ice, gets back up quick. They got some tough guys in white jerseys. They'll be just fine. Rebound gloved by Gavin Rusnock. That is the the third shot he's faced this evening. Perfect on all three. Taking a quick peek at the upcoming schedule for the Marauders. Only one game left in the fall semester, and that's tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m. against Newman, and that'll be youth night, celebrating the youth and all the parents of the game. Getting the next generation of our favorite game coming up. We'll celebrate them tomorrow night. It's Jonah Bird. Works across ice to Connor Rysack, who works around Bird, looking for his first goal of the season and looking to just not get hit with a puck for once. Giving his ankle a bit of a break over our long break. Hopefully he won't get hit anymore this evening or tomorrow. Aiden Stromberg collects Stromberg through a sea of bodies looking for Pirelli, but it's picked up by Rysack. Rysack will dump it down and will have a whistle behind play. As it looks like it'll be a face-off coming right in front of our camera here. Looks like it'll be, not sure who it is. It looks like Pirelli, maybe? Who wants the face-off? Oh, it'll be Carey. Who else? The senior Carey in on it. Awaiting the refs. Go ahead. Carey wins it, whips it out to Rysack. Rysack sends it in way wide of Vassallo. Rysack tries to play his own rebound. Bird and Rysack couldn't locate it. Goes knuckle puck way over the head of both men. Picked up in the back ice by Jacob Schindler. Schindler whips it down to Bird. Bird plays it quickly by the blue line. Bird gains the red. Works it out far side. Sent in from the face-off circle. Close on. Pirelli nearly there, but he couldn't get his stick down to it as he was tied up with the Dragon at the time. Sorry, with the camera lagging behind. Haven't done this in a hot second, but I'll try to stay with you. Connor Rysack tries to dink it through, but it's picked up by a purple jersey, I think. I think Drexel calls it purple. Sorry, I'm colorblind. Aiden Carey, 5 holes his man, picked up by Pirelli. Bird slips. Carey slips as well. That wet, fresh ice there causing a bit of an issue for the Marauders' skates as the puck will get past. Kai Dunnigan will have to backtrack with Rysack. Sure-handed defenseman back there. No problem as they play it off. It's Rysack sending it back towards the official, but it's blocked by a Dragon before he can get it to his man. As far as I believe that's Dunnigan. Dunnigan sends it through to the blue. Chipped off, played off. West Bieber skates. Bieber. Oh, nearly an opportunity for Owen Wilkinson there, but he couldn't just get the pass going out a little bit. Bieber will send it in again. Bieber passes just a bit off by a couple of inches, folks. Again, most sports are a game of inches, and that's an example of that. Bieber backtracks, hits his man behind play. Santa will let it go. Great, gracious Christmas present. And it's picked up by Basin. Basin harmlessly chucks it in where it'll hit the back wall, and it'll be picked up by Owen Wilkinson, who quickly loses his stick. He stays with it, and the Marauders at the break out. It's Slayball. Slayball. Oh, Wilkinson looks to stay offside. Slayball. Gets it through the soul. It opens up. Here's the count for the evening. 4 minutes in. Just like he did with the soundboard in our media arts production project, Zachary Slayball, clinical in the finishing. Great early going for the Marauders here. 3 shots, they convert 1. Coach Schroeder is loving the production out of his guys so far, hoping to keep it up. It's happened a couple times for the Marauders so far where they break a goalie in the first few minutes or so, and he just locks in for the rest of the game, hoping that won't happen again. Vassallo on the back foot, hoping to keep him there. The Marauders back on the pressure, and a big hit called, and some pushing and shoving. So we've seen that in a lot of Marauders games. Hopefully not as bad as the Scranton affair last week. But we'll try to forget that one. Definitely penalties to be assessed after the play. Santa not jolly, looking to put a couple people on the naughty list early on this game. Who will be Going to the sin bin. We'll find out once we put it on the scoreboard. Jack Lemire. Oh, no. You're on the naughty list, buddy. I'm sorry. 15:51 left to go in our first frame. Lemire in the sin bin for 2. The Marauders look to press their advantage early as well. Ref takes a tumble in front of our fans there. He's okay. Don't worry. Fans letting him hear it. It's all in good fun, though. Johnny Morgan in for the draw for the Marauders here. Excuse me, it's O'Connell. Morgan's behind him. 29-19. I couldn't see the other side of his jersey. Marauders pick it up, looking to press their advantage. Morgan back there, ready to collect the rebound. Martin in the middle where he usually is. His favorite spot. Martin looking to rip it. Dishes to the far side. It's O'Connell who sends it in. Low shot. Poked in. There we go. Captain Paxton's first goal as he looks to hop over the boards to celebrate with the fans here. His first goal since his knee injury in Westchester. And that one has to feel good for Jack Cranston. It feels even better for me up here as the Marauders go up 2 within the span of 5 minutes. I'm glad I'm over my throat cold because I would have been dying if I had to call this game last week. 2-0 Millersville early on. Taking a second to get this one restarted here. Conversation with Santa and his elves by the scorers table. Again, 15:35 left to go in our opening frame. The Marauders convert on half of their 4 shots. Only 3 faced by Rusnock so far, and he's dealt with all 3. And they won't be for a while yet. This is in mid-January. But our first game of the spring semester will be against St. Joseph's at 4 at LIR. Then we have a 2-gamer on the weekend after that for January 23rd. On Friday night, we'll be at UPenn for a decent rivalry game. An even better rivalry game will be the next day, Saturday, January 24th. We'll be hosting Westchester for senior night. That's going to be a one that these guys have had circled for a long, long time. So that first loss of the season, definitely going to be one. If you can show up for it, you need to be there for that Westchester game. As we start play again, the Dragons win, looking to get that first punch back. Hasn't come so far for Drexel. Morgan hands in the pass, hits the wall by the Dragons bench, and they'll collect it by Vassallo. Cupshow nails his man on the boards. Dragons work it out. No one can quite corral it cleanly. And an offside call on Drexel right from the Marauders bench. So the face-off will be coming back near center ice by the Dragons bench. It'll be Andrew Zerko. And for the Marauders. Marauders would have quickly kicked out to Stromberg. Stromberg tied up with a couple men. Zerko collects his rebound. Rysack back there by the blue line awaiting a pass back. Top show in on it. And Lachlan and Rysack off to backtrack. Rysack gets 5-hold. Don't see that out of him very often. It's Gavin Basin, or excuse me, Stephen Basin, who is quickly dispossessed by Lachlan, the Bryn Athens transfer. It escapes. Shot in. Really slow shot, kind of deceived the defense a little bit. And it's gloved by Gavin Rusnock. Hasn't faced a shot in a hot second, but he's just as reflexive as ever. 14:46 left to go in our first stance of the Marauders. Out to a quick 2-0 lead. Draw one by Drexel, kicked out to the red line and collected by Thor Martin in the D zone. Martin looks to break it out. He'll do it. Accidentally goes between the legs of Jonah Bird as it's picked up by an unfriendly purple jersey. Corelli collects the rebound at the blue line. Looks to send it in for Bird. Bird has back turned to time. Bird boxes his man out, makes him take a pass, hits it out to Zachary Jones. Jones by himself for the Marauders defense. Closed off by the captain, Kai Dunnigan. Dunnigan hits Jones into the wall and frees the puck for a couple white jerseys. It'll kick out Millersville, looking to break it out. It's Dunnigan. Dunnigan sends it to a streaking Justin Corelli. Passes the bit behind the Corelli. In. Wide. Vassallo just a tad high. I'm sure Kai Dunnigan's going to want that pass back. We had Justin Corelli streaking on the far side. No one around him. Put the pass just a little bit behind him. Corelli Couldn't finish close, but not like we need it so far. The Marauders still up 2. 14 left to go in the first. We have stick side draw of Vassallo, who's looking to steady himself after being beaten a pair of times early on. Goes in between the legs of Jake Petticone. Petticone kicks it out. Back to Petticone. Petticone looking to rip it himself. He'll do it, send it in. Bit of a slow, kind of deceiving shot. Picked up close by Slayball, looking for his second. Just wide of Vassallo. Picked up again by Petticone. Petticone sends it in, chipped in. Net comes off the moorings. That was Wes Bieber, who nearly got the deflection goal back in, but just popped the net off its rudders there. Rudders, that's a boat thing. Moorings, what am I thinking of? And we'll get a quick stoppage and play in front of the rowdy Marauders student section here. It'll be Wilkinson awaiting the draw. And we're ready to go. Wilkinson loses. Kicks out to Dylan Fletcher. Fletcher works cross ice to Basin again, calling his number a whole lot today. Both 22s having a noted impact in this game, and another noted impact to Wes Bieber. Big hit in front of the Marauders bench. Marauders outshoot the Dragons 8-5 early on and out-goal them 2-0. Rebound collected by number 15, Owen Mendham. Mendham pass wide, couldn't be collected by his man. Sent back in, looking for Wilkinson. Tries to go the short side on Vassallo, turned away by a host of Dragon bodies. Kicked out. Bell, good defensive play. Took the right angle, didn't backtrack, attacked his man, and got the pack back to the Marauders. Coach Schroeder loving the intensity out of his defense. Petticone dangles through, tries to work to Wilkinson. Petticone takes it himself, works it around Cranston, the goal scorer from last time. Hits it back out to O'Connell. Cranston lays out everybody in the conversation there. A little bit of friendly fire out of Jack Cranston, but it frees the puck for Connor Rysack. Rysack dangles by on Rusnock, picked off by his opposing number 3, Zachary Jones. Jones takes a big hit and loses the puck. It's Rysack working through. Rysack throws the brakes. Rysack from the face-off circle, gloved by Double V's Vincent Vassallo. That is the 9th shot he's faced tonight. He saved 7. 12-14 left to go in our first period. The Marauders flying high early. It'll be O'Connell waiting. O'Connell works it back out. Rysack's going to play an extra bounce off his skates. He defers to Schindler. Schindler rips it in, and the Marauders down the ice for a second, looking to get possession back. Not sure who that is, but he's waiting in front of goal again. That was Johnny Morgan, slow to get up there. Morgan tied up. Morgan lays a big hit, so he's obviously not that hurt. He's not. Johnny Morgan will always be the guy to lay a hit, even if he's hurt, and he's giving a little bit back verbally to the Dragons. It'll be penalties against the Marauders, I believe, coming up. Cranston pleading his case to the officials. You won't hear it. We'll get the paperwork done, and it'll be Morgan in timeout for 2 minutes. Early opportunity for Drexel coming up with about half the period left to go. Marauders down a man for the next 2 on the Morgan penalty. Rusnock hasn't been tested very much. May see a couple this evening, but no! The Marauders break it out quickly. It's Carey. Carey sneaking through. It's Carey. Nearly a shorty for the alternate captain, Aiden Carey, right there. Again, this Marauders PK has been an offensive threat. You really wouldn't expect that. But they have, I could be wrong, but I know they have at least 2 shorthanded goals this season. Both came against Newman, I think. But I could be wrong. Shot deflected by Martin. Martin rings it around, and it'll find the stick of Vassallo, who will need to play it. Minute and a half left on the Morgan infraction. No one can control the puck until it gets to Andrew Walsh. Walsh kicks it out to Basin. Basin back to Walsh. He has Lemire, the original penalty taker for Drexel. Kicks it back out to Jones. Jones sends it back in, back to the red line, to Walsh. Walsh off the boards. They're going to be a little faster here. A lot of center ice passing. Minute left on the man disadvantage for Millersville. Dunnigan looks to squeeze out the pass, but he can't. False number 12, Lemire. Lemire sends it in. Low line shot past Rusnock, picked up by Basin. Basin dangles in the faceoff circle, looks to kick out to Lemire, but kind of splits the difference between Lemire and Basin and finds neither of them. A slow puck, the worst thing for Drexel right there, as they'll have to bring it out of their own zone with about 30 seconds left. An opportunity for maybe 2-3 more shots. They could be fast, but it doesn't look like they're being fast. And Walter O'Connell deflection, killing a little bit extra time. And O'Connell, big hit in front of the Drexel bench. The Marauders laying the physical tone early. Shot in, glove. Great reflexes out of Gavin Rusnock there. Nearly found his top corner, but he says nay and makes the great glove save. Looking like his younger brother there. Great catcher stance there, jumping up and framing that pitch. Insane athletic repertoire, his younger brother at Northampton. Linebacker on the football team, catcher, and a wrestler. Man, that kid's built. Clearance by Millersville, and if the Dragons can't be fast, that'll do it, but it looks like they'll send it in again. Bieber picks it off and makes sure. That'll be the last word on the Morgan penalty. Sent in one last clearance, played off the stick of Wilkinson. Couple seconds left, and we are back to 5-on-5 hockey. Great kill out of Millersville. Tries to go center ice to Wilkinson, but way too fast. Hops off his stick, but he collects his own rebound. Tried to send it into Bieber. Bieber tries to go to Slaybaugh. Slaybaugh just got tied up a little bit. That could have been dangerous if his stick was down. Bieber, involved in a lot of the Marauders' offense, really hasn't been able to put his name on the score sheet just quite yet, but I don't know. He'll get there soon enough. Santa's got to get out of the way. Sends in Wilkinson. Tries to, Wes Bieber tries to do a bit of a 360 shot in. Turned away. He's getting involved, but shoot, and the goals will come. Sent in, gloved out by Rusnock. That was Bason's shot. Marauders control the rebound. It's Bieber. Bieber kicks it far side. Dangles through. Taken away by a trio of Dragons. Sent back into Bason. Bason. Open shot. Turned away by the stick of Connor Rysack. Great defensive play out of the stalwart defensive captain for the Marauders, Connor Rysack. 8:57 left to go in our first period. It's been all Marauders so far. It'll be Bason versus Carey upcoming. Carey loses the draw, swings it around, looking for pick up the puck again. Picked up by Bason again. Bason working down. Intercepted by Millersville. They're looking to break it out. It's Bird to the middle to Carey. Carey got squeezed out by a pair of Dragons, but he collects his own rebound. Cracked the face-off circle. Intercepted by Lemire for just a split second before it's picked up by Corelli again. Corelli shot deflected in front. Carey in on it. Carey kicks out to Bird. Bird works back to Rysack. Marauders cooking here. Back to Bird. Bird defers to Rysack. Rysack from the blue line kicks to Carey. Carey tries to find a streaking Jonah Bird in the middle. A little bit behind him. And it's gloved by Vincent Vassallo. 8:13 left to go. 12 shots to the Marauders, 8 to the Dragons, 2 goals to 0. And folks, we have a bit of a mystery on our hands for the origin of Drexel's Dragon mascot. From their own school sources, the origin of the name has been lost to history. But they used to have some much less intimidating nicknames, like the Engineers or the Drexelites. I mean, I prefer Dragons. I like the alliteration, and Drexelite is just not a very intimidating name. I think Dragons was the good choice. Whoever did think of that, good call. I like that. Cop Show couldn't get a clean stick on it. Chased down by Dunnigan. Dunnigan couldn't glove it cleanly. And Jones is in it, but he's tied up with Martin, and that will evoke a whistle from the official. Rusnock tested it a little bit more than he was in the first half of this period, but he stood tall so far. A lot of pointing and accusing going on right now. The ref's making sure all their bookkeeping is correct. It'll be a face-off right in front of our camera here. You'll get a great view on it. It'll be number 18, Aiden Barrett, in on the draw for Drexel. No clear winner, but Drexel will collect the rebound. Hard shot off the boards. Little in front of Martin. He'll control behind Rusnock. Martin hits it out to Dunnigan. Dunnigan to center ice to Zerko. Zerko kicks out to Stromberg. Has Kopsho on the far side. Stromberg takes it himself. Turned away by the blocker of Vassallo. Back to Martin in the blue line. Martin takes a big hit into the Drexel bench. Picked up by the captain. Kai Dunnigan. Turned away by Vassallo's glove. Dunnigan collects his rebound. Shoots it in wide of Vassallo. Play off by his leg blocker. Another big hit laid on Andrew Zerko. This time sent in by Thor Martin. His sweet spot from far range. He rips those in. It's gloved. Couldn't tell if that was going in or not, but it gets a glove out of a solo. We'll get a quick break and we'll take a look at the playoff picture. While February is still a far bit away, there's not much left in the regular season. So let's take a look at that playoff picture. Two teams are in possession of the first round bye. It's Westchester and Scranton. The first round matchups as of right now will be Newman versus Drexel and Millersville versus Stockton. Those will be some really fun games. And every playoff game will be hosted here at Lancaster Ice Rink from February 6th to 8th, I think. And as I'm thinking, the Marauders do some doing and get their third goal of the evening. Once he comes out of the pile, I can tell you who did it. It's Johnny Morgan. And, like Johnny Morgan does, he's really telling the bench, yep, got you there. I mean, probably not what he's saying, but if I said what he's saying, I probably wouldn't be allowed to be on YouTube anymore, so we're going to keep it at that. Johnny Morgan. Oh, is it called off? No. Fans not happy with Santa Claus, as it looks like he's disallowing Morgan's goal. A lot of Millersville fans will be on the naughty list, but I don't think Santa minds much. No. Back to how it was before. 2-0. Morgan's goal disallowed, but the Marauders still maintain that 2-goal lead. Ben Bell picked off. Dangerous opportunity for Barrett. Barrett in alone, turned away by Petticone and Bell. A lot of short defensive pairings back there for the Marauders. It's Dunnigan, it's Rysack, it's Petticone, it's Bell. Not a whole lot you can do against those guys. They'll try again. It's Basin. Sent in on Rusnock, right into the breadbasket of the short-gloved Gavin Rusnock. He'll glove it with 6.5 minutes remaining in our first period. The Marauders have 17 shots to the Drexel Dragons' 9. And there are two squads on the outside looking in for the playoffs. UPenn sits 3 points behind their rivals Drexel, and Seton Hall would need a miracle to get in the playoffs, but technically they're still in. I don't know if I did it right. I think Stockton would need to lose out and then lose in regulation to Drexel, and then Seton Hall would need to win every one of their last games, which could happen, but probably not. Connor Rysack staying with it, has slay ball behind him, but it's picked up by Bieber. Bieber works far side trying to find Owen Wilkinson in the middle. Couldn't connect with Wilkinson, but it's picked up by Schindler. Schindler dumps it in, and it looks like he hit it a little too high and into the benches of Drexel. 6 minutes flat remaining in our first period. It's been all Millersville. Slaybaugh, our first goal scorer, is awaiting the draw in front of his friendly bench. Slaybaugh wins it, and it's picked up by Drexel. They lose to Millersville and pick it back up again. Drexel. They're breaking in so far. They're just not being able to finish their shots. Good stick and body defense for the Marauders. Slaybaugh chasing it down, being pinned into the boards by number 10, Corey Held. Sitting his name there, he's holding him against the boards. Sent in by Rysack and gloved without a sweat by Vincent Vassallo. And Wilkinson taking on everybody by himself. A lot of pushing and shoving after the play. Owen Wilkinson. It's kind of like a chihuahua. It's like not a small frame, but a whole lot of anger in that. What am I saying? I think he's taller than me. 5.5 minutes left to go. The Marauders, 18 shots they've converted 2. And Wilkinson takes an extra bump right in front of the rest. You can't do that. Looks like the Marauders are about to go a man down, but that extra little push may have leveled things out. We'll see what the officials say. Santa, making sure all the bookkeeping is good. Yep. And it'll be a penalty on Corey Held way after play as he pushed Wilkinson when he's on his way to the bench. And they're trying to assess the Marauder in the box there. Wes Bieber is heading to the locker room. Not sure what happened there. I don't think he got thrown out. I hope not. Hopefully everything's okay for Wes Bieber. I'll check in with him in the intermission. I'll give you updates as they come. Oh, okay. Looks like no penalties will be assessed to Millersville there. And it'll be just a 2-minute for held. Marauders up a man. Martin from his sweet spot. Martin rips it in wide of Vassallo. Picked up by Millersville. They're working it out, tries to work it back to Martin. Morgan loses it for a quick second, and that's all it takes for Drexel to clear it. Played out by Rusnock, left for Martin. It'll be Martin, Morgan, and Stromberg in the back ice. Martin rips it down, picked up by Cranston. Couldn't stick it cleanly, and it'll hit off the ceiling, nearly hitting our beautiful disco ball. 5:01 left in our first period, a minute 29 left on the held penalty. Faceoff will be coming to right on that beautiful Firebirds logo. And it'll be Walter O'Connell awaiting the draw for Millersville. Ref says they're ready to go. And Millersville picks it up. O'Connell wins it. Worked out to Morgan. Morgan will send it in. Morgan always taking a bit of a bump after play. He really gets under these guys' skin. And you can tell that's what he's best at. Well, he's best at a lot of things, but that mental game, that's a really important part. You need one of those guys in your team, and Morgan definitely fills that role to a T. Morgan picks it up. Works to Martin. Near the face-off circle. Martin rips it in. Martin is a threat from everywhere on the ice. Not just to play it, but to shoot it. It seems like everywhere is his hot spot. The Hampton Roads Whalers product. Works it out to Stromberg. Stromberg in the face-off circle. Close range shot. Picked up by Stromberg. Takes his time. Have about 45 seconds left. Up a man. Martin takes his time. Sends it in. Glove by Vassallo. Couldn't get it cleanly, though. And the rebound is picked up by Cranston. Comes off Cranston. Morgan and Stromberg in it. Cranston picks up the rebound. Sends it on the boards for O'Connell. O'Connell and Martin. Martin back. He's waiting for it. O'Connell plays it to himself. 30 seconds left. Dishes to Martin. Martin from the blue line. Martin whips it in. Slow shot. Trying to be redirected into Vassallo by Cranston, but he couldn't get it to land. O'Connell sends it in. 15 seconds left. Up a man for the Marauders. Nearly hit in by... Who is that? Rysack. Actually, it was Morgan. Just saw the 9 there. Morgan, if you could have collected the rebound there, that could have been very, very dangerous. But Vassallo's glove gets to it a hair before Morgan's stick. 11 seconds left. Up a man for Millersville and 3:43 remaining in our first period. It'll be Corelli awaiting the stick side draw of Vincent Vassallo. Fans letting the Dragons hear it. Dragon will head to the ice looking for a quick clear to kill off the penalty. Rysack says no, works off the board, trying to find Carey, and that clearance will come. And that'll do it for the held penalties. He comes right out of the box with a vengeance. Open shot in front of Rusnock. Net comes off before it goes in, I believe. Very, very dangerous opportunity. Rusnock goes on his belly, all limbs out to make the save, knocks the net off the moorings before the puck comes in. Happy accident or clever gamesmanship, I'll leave that up to you. 3:27 left to go. Marauders lead in the shot total, a sleigh ball to a Cranston. If you're keeping track of the numbers, you'll know what I'm saying. 22-10. 3:27 left to go. Marauders broke Vassallo early twice. Haven't been able to find the net since then, but it's not for a lack of trying. Another opportunity here for Bird. Bird throws the brakes, leaves for Rysack. Good play there on a wheel route. Sends it in to Morgan. Nearly got the stick down. Torelli dishes out to Carey. Carey sends it in. Near deflection. In front of Vassallo's net, turned away by a pair of Dragons. Rysack dishes far ice. Couldn't be played cleanly by Jake Petticone, but it's picked up by Bird on the far side. 2:50 left to go. Bird loses it for a split second. Bird picks it up. Jonah Bird controls, kicks to Corelli. Corelli tried to find his man in the center, gets turned around and knocked down, or it's picked up by Basin. Basin tries to clear it out, but it finds the knee of Connor Rysack and a whistle. 2:41 left to go in the first period. Both squads will get their fresh line on the ice for the last stretch of this first period. Marauders still up 2. Face-off will be coming right in front of us. It's Circo for Millersville. has Capshaw and Dunnigan on his far side. Capshaw tries to pounce on it quickly. Rings off the glass where it's picked up by Jones. Jones to the middle finds Eisler. Eisler sends it in wide of Rusnak. Martin frees it from the clutches of the Dragon. Played off the blocker by Rusnak. Looks to glove it. No one can quite find it in the pile, but it looks like Gavin Rusnak jumped on it with 2:19 left to go. And there's a pair of conference matchups tonight as UPenn looks to prove they belong in the playoffs as they'll visit Westchester, and a possible postseason matchup. Newman will head to AC to play Stockton. Should be a great game there from Atlantic City Skate Zone. Kai Dunnigan taking his time, dings off the wall looking for Martin. Martin has Capshaw, takes it himself through the neutral zone. Capshaw on the far side, Zerko on his other side, takes it also. Again, full ice threat, that for Martin. Works in the middle, tries to find Stromberg. Stromberg tripped up, hits the ice, rebound by Zerko, wide. Big hits in front of our student section. A lot of Marauders, a lot of Dragons in the ice. It seems like more hitting than hockey right now. That's a lot of Millersville games go. Sent in by Dunnigan, nearly played by Zerko. Another big hit by Wes Capshaw right in front of the student section. Wide. Dunnigan couldn't get a stick cleanly on it. Probably going to want that one back. Minute and a half left to go in our first period. Marauders looking to add on before they go to the break. Petticone dives in. Petticone dispossessed behind Vassallo, where it's picked up by Morgan. Morgan has Bell in the middle, works to Capshaw. Capshaw back to Bell. Bell taking his time, kicks to Schindler. Schindler rips it in a little slower than he's used to. Usually those shots from Schindler come in at about 100 miles an hour. Took a little bit off that time. Zerko controls the rebound, kicks back to Schindler. Schindler can't play it cleanly, has to chase it down. It's Basin keeping the pressure on the young Jacob Schindler. 47 seconds left to go. The Marauders looking to get the last laugh in our first period. Wilkinson will bang it harmlessly off the walls. Ooh, bit of a miscommunication by there between Vassallo and Fletcher. But Vassallo will come up with the puck and stop it with 38.7 seconds remaining. And that game in Westchester will start at 9:45, I believe. And Newman and Stockton should have already tipped off. I'll get you the score update on that when I can. I don't know if either of them do live streams. I think Newman does every period they update it, but I'll let you know. Bit of a nifty behind the back pass from Evan Eisler there. Breaks it out for Basin. Basin, again, from his sweet spot, sends it in. Taken away by Wes Bieber. Marauders send it back out. They're working towards Bieber. Slayball wants it. Turned away by the chin of Aiden Barrett. Oh, Wes Bieber has nearly put his name on the score sheet a couple times early on, but the puck luck just not going his way this evening. But thankfully, it's going the way of his teammates. As that'll skate off the last couple seconds of our first period. A strong first period for Millersville. We've seen shots, we've seen goals, we've seen hits. It's everything you could want in a Millersville hockey game. And they're up 2 as we'll head into the first intermission. Second period coming up in about 15 minutes. I'll see you then.